Oh, yeah. Happy Friday morning. We're downloading. 70%. We're almost there. Oh, yeah. How's everyone doing? Friday morning. We're in the new studio. What do you guys think? We just moved in. Not a lot in here. We do got the in-wall fish tank there for you guys. We got the sunrise coming up. What a beautiful morning. How's everyone doing? Where's my chat? Let me move my chat here. This is a Pilots of Bob's new talk show. Dope. Everyone, oh, we got a lot of people here. Our first official Friday morning. Wait. Why am I still wearing those? Friday morning live stream. Welcome to the show. Got a few things to talk about. Looks like Big Brother. Yeah, it's pretty empty in here, kind of echoey. Not sure what we're gonna do in here yet, but we'll get it figured out. We still got some weird stuff on the windows over there from the previous owners. These stairs right here, though. If you're asking where these stairs go, that goes to the members only. The members are already here. They've been here. They're up there in their VIP sky lounges watching the sunrise. So yeah. But I don't know. We might put in a pond over here beside me. I don't know. We got lots of options. But welcome, everyone. Love the new studio. What's the square footage of this new place? I tried to walk across it yesterday, but after about 2 hours, I couldn't reach it. So it's a couple miles long, maybe. I don't know. Good morning from Vermont. Let's see. My Hectic Life Pets, Dwayne. See, he's up there in the skyboxes. Turbofish, Scottish Aquatics, Twin Cities Guppies, got Tech Boy, Jess Shrimp Granny, Bare Bottoms Aquarium. JH Aquatics knows what we're talking about. Just to clarify, someone was asking earlier in the chat if we were talking about the Ohio Fish Rescue. We surely are not. All right. Ohio Fish Rescue, great. But we got some issues in Ohio. Stairs go to the massage parlor. Yeah, they got people up there. You know, it's full service up there. You got everything. Basically the Department of Agriculture. Okay, well let's just jump right into it. What do we got here? What do we got here? Here we go. So let's blow this up a little bit. Let's put it over here. Goldfish swim. Sunday, August 11th at 2 p.m. Catch Spring and Dale, which Spring and Dale are two large goldfish. If you go to the, what is it, Springdale, Parks and Recreation's website, it says that Spring and Dale are two large goldfish, measuring a whopping 4 inches, mind you. Two large 4-inch goldfish. And in addition to them, there's going to be 1,002 goldfish swimming in the pool, and kids 12 and under are eligible to catch them with their bare hands. No nets, no nets, pulls, or help from mom and dad. Bring a plastic bucket to take your new pet home. Free to pool members with ID cards. $3 gate fee applies to all others entering the pool area. Please no glass containers. Let's see if we can blow this up a little bit more. Uh-oh. Apparently we're going to be right back. See, I told you. We're going to have some glitches in here. This might... Let's go back. Oh. All right. All right. Anyways, I don't know. Is that still playing? There, now it's not. And you can still hear me. All right, so we're going to blow this up again. Let me click on the right button this time. Uh, Springdale Community Center, 513-346-3919. This is the Parks and Recreation. If you call this number, you will get a very angry old lady. Rightfully so. Well, maybe not rightfully so, because they are getting calls non-stop. So let's discuss a few problems here, shall we? One, they're putting 1,000 goldfish in a pool, a chlorine pool. And if you call and talk to this lady, she will say, well, we turn off the chlorine the night before. That's right, the night before. Oh boy, big effing deal, the night before. So this lady's a little bit grumpy. So they posted this event on their Facebook page, and it went crazy viral, crazy fast. It got 3,000, well, for fish stuff, mind you. After 3,000 comments, they finally deleted the post. But knowing that the post is going to get deleted, as you can see, I screenshot this event here. And yeah, so if you call them, you'll get a crotchety old lady that says they've been doing this for decades. They've been doing this for 40 years. 40 years they've been doing this. It's tradition. How dare you call in crap on our tradition? Well, just because it's tradition, it doesn't make it right. I mean, slavery was a tradition. I'm not by any means comparing, catching goldfish with your hands to slavery. I'm just saying, just because it's a tradition doesn't mean it's good, obviously. So, yeah. So they're getting, I don't even know if their JH Aquatics says slavery was a tradition. Hey, see? I knew I liked Joseph for a reason. Cockfighting is traditional. Yeah. A tradition to kill. What about what the heck is that? You guys hear that? We got a bird in the warehouse here somewhere. Hey, go take care of that. Go get that bird. Get it out of here. Get out of here. All right, so yeah, dog fighting, bullfighting. You can't turn off chlorine. So you can turn off their automated chlorine machine, which fills their pool with chlorine every day, but you can't get rid of the chlorine unless, you can gas it off, which I believe takes 24 to 48 hours. So the night before is not going to cut it. Plus, it's not like they're aerating their pond or their pool, so it's not going to just gas off that quickly. So yeah, 3,000 comments. I don't even know how many shares, how many thumbs down, or how many people have called this phone number, but I do know it's a lot. And I know when I call it, I did get the crotchety old lady. And, I don't know if I should feel bad for her, but I don't know. Like, I can imagine all the calls she's getting. Like, I'm pretty sure this is illegal in most every state. This classifies as like, at least I know in my state, like, carnivals can't give away goldfish anymore. And a lot of states are like that. Well, I don't know if a lot of them are, but a fair amount. Is there an email address? Actually, I don't know if there's an email address, Flynn, to be honest. But if you go to springdale.org/go play, you might be able to find one. So, yeah. Now we're just talking about the fish in the pool. And here's a sad thing. Stephen Royer with the first super chat of the day. Thank you, my friend. $2. Here's a few bucks for taking down these guys. Taking these guys down. Call her while you're streaming. I honestly thought about it, but I don't know that I can control myself on the stream enough to keep it kid friendly. That's just some self-awareness going on in my head. Yeah, Chewy said chlorine takes 24 hours to dissipate. Yes, and that's with surface agitation. That's like if you were to put chlorine in water and then put an aerator in there, like an air stone. Then yeah, 24 hours, no problem. But it's just sitting in there. There's no surface agitation. Anyways. So yeah, so they get their 1,000 fish. They throw them in the pool. Now they're gonna be in there with chlorine. Obviously, they're gonna have kids running around, stepping on them. Probably not stepping on them, but grabbing them, squeezing them. This reminds me of something when I was a kid. That we had baby chickens, and if you got to catch your chicken with a, they give you a little net and you can go around and you can try to catch them. And somebody was just swinging the net too hard and bopped one of them on the head and killed it. It's kind of the same thing, at the time I was just like a kid. It was just a baby chicken. Obviously I can see how stupid that is now, but people don't really do that stuff anymore. At least that's what I thought until good old Ohio came around. And I already messaged Jimmy. I was like, I don't know how far away you are from Springdale, but you need to go film this. Film this travesty, see what it's like. At least go hang out. But yeah, he's too far away. He's hours and hours and hours away. So that's not going to happen. Mike, the Fish Tank Barn, is there a way we can find out who is supplying the fish? So that's another interesting point, is I guarantee you this is a local fish store that is supplying the fish. They're not buying 1,000 fish on the internet and coming in and, or, paying for them to be shipped in. This is a local fish store that is probably sponsoring this event, mind you. And yeah, I would urge everyone to call in. I don't want to call in on the live stream because I'll just get nasty really too fast. But there is the Ohio. I'm sure Joseph's going to be linking. Joseph's been on this since yesterday, I believe, maybe the day before. I made a few calls yesterday, but no one seemed too concerned. Well, it's in the news now, Haley. It's actually in the news now. ABC did an article on it, defending it because it's a decades-old tradition. So, yeah, it didn't really help at all. I don't think there's any way to stop this event other than to spread awareness on how stupid this is. Because now, I mean, it's like, bring your bucket. So your goldfish is going to live in a bucket for how long? Maybe we'll make it to Petco next weekend. Just keep it in the bucket for now. Maybe, and of course the $1 per gallon sale is going on right now. So they're going to go in there and they're just going to buy a 10-gallon tank. Hey, $10. Or worse, they're going to buy a bowl because Petco does not stop people from buying bowls. They sell bowls. At least one by me does. Not my local one, but there is one a little farther away that keeps a bed of fish in a bowl at the front counter, which I think is a terrible idea, but regardless, that's not what we're talking about. And yeah, so if these fish manage to live, then they're going to spend their life in a 10-gallon tank. And then what happens when this thing is like 10 inches, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to buy a 55? Are they going to buy a 75? No. They're either going to try to give it away, and if they can't give it away, it's going to end up in a local pond somewhere, in a local river, flush down the toilet, something. We all know what happens to these fish. Ohio USDA ruled it okay because the city of Springfield bred them as bait fish just for this event. That's interesting. That's really interesting. All right. Well, at least we know then they're not getting supplied by a local fish store. Then that's all right. Mine still has bowls. Check the stock near the bettas. Mine has... it doesn't have the bowls, but it still has like the 1 gallon with the LED light on it, which really is no different than a bowl. But whatever. So yeah, so this is just, I don't know how anyone could think this is a good idea. I don't think you can use goldfish as bait. I'm on the phone with the USDA now. I can't stand to see someone buying one. I do not think that you can stop it due to the goldfish are carp, and they look like they are generally food. Fish have little rights compared to other animals. It is true, but did you see that guy? I don't know what state it was, but he did just get a couple years in jail for animal abuse for fish. So at least that's something. I wish I could remember where that was. Maybe Lisa can remind us. I'm pretty sure it was on John's stream. I hate when bettas are in those tiny plastic containers. Yeah, they're not any better than the fish bowls. At least they have more like surface area. Get them, Joseph. Yep. Just Shrimp Granny says, Petco loves bowls and tanks that are too small for a heater for tropical fish. Goldfish keepers don't get proper instructions at all. Yeah. And it's a culture problem with Petco and PetSmart. It's not really, there's nothing really the employees can do about it. Unless, they want to lose their jobs. But as you guys saw in my last live stream, I just bought fish from Petco, and I was talking about how The employee was trying to educate the customer on schooling fish and that she needs at least 5. And the lady was like, well, I'll take one of those and one of those. Two completely separate fish, but and there's nothing the employee can do about it. They can't say no because then the lady's going to go complain and then that employee is going to get in trouble. Sounds like we got more deliveries coming into the warehouse. I have some common goldfish comets, I think, in my pond. They are beautiful fish, especially when they are bigger. Yes, yep. They won't put a contact number on there next year. I bet they won't even advertise it. So they took this post down, but obviously it's still going on. It's still on their website, and you can still call. And now if you call, they'll be like, so if you call and be like, are you guys still doing this catch goldfish nonsense? Well, okay, if you try to be nice, be like, hey, I'm just wondering, are you guys, is the Catch Spring and Dale event this weekend? They'll be like, where are you calling from? They'll ask you where you're from now. I want to move this to this side here. There you go. Yeah. There. I want to watch the sun come up. It's a beautiful morning here today. Sun's coming up. I think it's a culture problem with goldfish in general. It's very rare for the general public to keep them in the adequate tank space. They are seen as small fish. Yep. I ended up with a koi pond because in the 90s I had 2 goldfish and had 2 goldfish to kids. One, they outgrew the 29 gallons so fast, I ended up almost 8 inches several years later in the pond. Yes, I would like everyone to call right now, and I'll even blow this up a little more. Where can I put this? I'll put it right here. There, right next to my head. For the low price of $3, 513-346-3910. There you go. I should have put a scrolling text in here, but I'm not that smart. No nets, poles, or help from mom and dad. Just bring a plastic bucket and take your new pet home. What if they did this with puppies? If they did this with puppies, I'd roll in there in like a U-Haul and take them all and say, get out of here. But yeah, like they wouldn't be caught dead doing this with puppies or kittens or anything else. It's just fish. What's scary is it happens every year, so you know a majority of last year's catches are dead, going to get more. Yeah, they're already probably dead, released. It'd be interesting to see what the percentage is of those that make it. You know, Ohio does have like a really good like fish population as far as like fish keepers, lots of fish stores, tons of fish rooms. So hopefully one of the parents would be like, let me just do some quick research, and I don't know, maybe that'll help. I don't know. We have 135 people. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's crazy. On a Friday morning. I feel terrible catching fish with my nets, but with my hands, that's morbid. Yeah. I mean, so I catch plecos with my hands, but that's completely different than trying to like just snatch one out real quick like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hooah! You know. It's ridiculous. Catching a pleco by hand is way different. Lady hung up on me. Yep, you're getting the crotchety old lady. Let's do it. Call him in. Oddball Aquatics says, question, how much money do we have to offer them to let us buy the fish from them, and then we will find them a good home? Then they won't have to bait fish and won't be able to do it. They probably won't even sell them because then they can't do their event. And how many kids are going to use their fingernails to grab them? Oh, yeah. Lady hung up on me. That's awesome. They deserve it. They deserve it. This is so stupid. Like, I don't even understand it. Do they give you a care sheet before they let you? Oh, absolutely not. I mean, no way. Of course, that's just speculation, but no way. No. If they're dumb enough to do this, and here's the crazy thing. It's the Springdale Community Center, which is run by the Parks and Recreation Department. Like, they're supposed to be like pro nature. Parks and Recreation is putting this on. Parks and Rec. Someone need to call Leslie over there. Tell her to get on this ASAP. Um, it's a civic event to get children with their parents to go to this event. Yeah, when you rang, say Bob told you to. Yeah, the Steenfott Shoal, bunch of fish nerds hanging out. I bet they did hang up with all the calls they're getting. Surprised they haven't disconnected the number or taken the phone off the hook. Yeah, you think they would just let it go straight to voicemail. Leslie Nope would say nope to this event. Yes, it is the civic government that is putting this on. Parks and Recreation. That's... And how does like not one person say this is a terrible idea? Absolutely terrible idea. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm curious what Joseph's got there talking to the USDA. Maybe he'll fill us in. That's really insane. It's just really crazy. It's just, ooh, look at the sun coming up. It's making the scale sparkle on the shirt a little bit. All right. Hey, I'm liking this place. Way to go, Jerry. Gary, treat yourself. Is there any positives that come out of this event? Just trying to understand the reasoning behind it. It is a community event, so community building, I don't know, but like I feel there's far better ways to have your community come together. I don't know. The 186 Element says daytime stream. Yes, we are back to 2 times a week, Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific and Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific. It is a fundraiser. Nope, it's not a fundraiser. Absolutely not. This is just an annual event that's been going on for almost 40 years. I'm surprised YouTube aren't live streaming this event. They love this stuff. Yeah, we'll have to call YouTube down and have them film it. They used to use goldfish as prizes in fairs and plastic bags of water. Yep, that's illegal. USDA just played stupid and said it's not their say. Yeah, at this point, there's really nothing that can be done except bring awareness. And I don't know. Hopefully, after all the calls they're getting, all the I mean, seriously, 3,000 comments on this thing from a little town in Ohio before they deleted it. That's pretty insane. Well, like Rodney Dangerfield, goldfish get no respect. I get no respect. My wife likes to call. I just ruined that. What was it? My wife likes to talk after sex, so she calls me from the hotel room. No respect. I butchered that. Let's send him Big Rich and have him block the door, take all the fish. That's really the only thing you could do. I'm hoping that there's someone local that at least post pictures somewhere. Like the Simpsons snake whacking day. That's exactly what I thought. The snake whacking. Yep. And gosh, what was it? I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind is Homer Simpson whacking all the snakes. In New York, they just recently banned basically fish beer pong at carnivals. They lined up red cups with goldfish in them, and then you had to throw a ping pong ball in them. Yep. It's been a long day. It's been a long week for them. This has been going on all week. Like, I've been monitoring this pretty closely. And actually, I called from work. I think on Wednesday I called from work is when I called. Bro, I rewinded because I thought this was about Ohio Fish Rescue, and I was so happy to hear it wasn't. No, definitely not about Big Rich. Where is PETA? Well, I kind of really doubt PETA will get involved. They don't really care about animals. And they wonder why they are losing their native fish in their lakes and rivers. Different licenses. Totally trout fishing falls under native species and fishing license. Goldfish, you do not need a license. It's probably considered like an invasive species, which generally you don't really need anything to get rid of an invasive species. Chris with the $4.20 super chat says, I'm here, everyone. Please call. We have to stop this. PETA is probably happy because the fish will die and can't be pets that way. Yeah, PETA's really not that great, people. People are protected under civil court for stopping what they believe to be cruelty to animals. You have to call the police department first, but if they do not show up, then you can take action on your own. Bare Bottoms Aquarium says, send Jimmy to make a viral video. I already messaged him. That was the first thing I did, was message Jimmy when I found out about this. And I was like, dude, you got to go film this. How far away are you? He's 3 hours away, which is not that far, but he is moving, in the process of moving. So he's not going to be able to make it. Jackson says, Jackson K, I just fed some frozen treats to my fish to cheer myself up and counteract the fish hate crime. Flynn's Fish Forum says, PETA is kind of weird. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my thought on like nonprofits like that, is that once they get to a certain size, then it just becomes about money and politics. Let's see. JH Aquatics says, I was on the phone with PETA last night and this morning. Barbara, I'm really wondering how the heck this started as a tradition. It's such a weird idea. Well, if it's 40 years old, so it must have started maybe in the late 60s, early 70s. When really this kind of stuff wasn't a big deal back then. And it's apparently not a big deal now. So I don't know. It just seems crazy. I looked in, it's 4 hours for me. Unfortunately, I'm getting home late on Saturday. Says Mike. That's too bad. I think every animal that is sold in captivity should need to have some sort of proof that you know what you are doing. Even easy to care for animals, because some people are unbelievably stupid. Yeah. All right. Cut me some slack. There's really no good way, but ending events like this that are just stupid to begin with is probably the best way. I mean, I don't know. My local government lets us catch invasive fish, but you have to euthanize them, cannot take them back alive. Yeah, that's true here too. Well, in Washington, you can't catch anything and take it home. What else we got? PETA is aggressive, but we need to meet each other in the middle. Yeah. I mean, there's always extremes on both sides. Especially in a pond, PETA and SPCA are weird when it comes to fish. And yes, goldfish in a pond in comparison to trout are two different licenses when it's set up as a competition. So much stupidity. That's all I can say. Did you contact Ohio DNR, Department of Natural Resources? Maybe they would have something to say about it. I think at this point, even if they did, I mean, it's Friday and this thing happens in 2 days. So I don't think there's enough negative press that we could cause. At least, I mean, I'm a pretty dang small channel. So we probably got like, I don't know, maybe a couple dozen people to call. It would take like some massive public awareness for this to get stopped at this point. Our government has a $5 bounty on pike in the Columbia River, but cannot remove any invasive species in federal parks. Huh. That's weird. That's like Florida that pays people to catch pythons. Bob, off topic, but would you... Bob, off topic, but would you or have you ever accepted a job you know you wouldn't like, received a possible job offer this morning, but I already know I'm going to hate it? Yes and no. So I knew when I went to work for Comcast that I was going to love working for Comcast but hate the job that I was doing. So I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. It also depends on your situation. Like, maybe just use this as a stepping stone, as a temporary position to get where you want. Try to get some type of experience out of it that you can put on your resume. And just pad up that bad boy until you can get a job that you really want. Now, if you're in a position that you don't need a job, like I've turned down jobs, but I've already had jobs. I turned down a job with Microsoft for DNS server management because I didn't want to go to Bellevue every day or Seattle every day. So it really depends on what's important to you and if you need it. If you need the job, then absolutely you should take it. Try to make the best of it. Try to get some experience under your belt and then move on. In Washington, you can get $5 per northern pike minnow in the Columbia River and some tributaries. Interesting. I'm going to have to try that one day. That guppy says there's a petition on change.org. Yes, but change.org doesn't do anything. Like, you can gather your petitions and then you can send it off and say, here's the petition, but there's nothing that says anybody has to do anything. Like, you could go to change.org and start a petition to have my channel taken off of YouTube, and you could get like 2 million people sign it, but you still can't get my channel taken off of YouTube. I mean, I don't know. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, I mean, if you know you're going to hate it and you don't need the job, I would say maybe turn it down. But if you need that paycheck coming in, I'd probably take it. I will be calling the Ohio Police Department all day on Sunday. Yeah. Wait, she got really delusioned? What am I missing here? I brought a red-eared slider to the animal shelter since they are invasive here. They told me just release it. I wanted to keep it, but even that is illegal now. Isn't that crazy? Like, you can't keep it. It's illegal for you to keep it. So go and throw that invasive species back where you got it. Let them breed and, be even more invasive. My daughter wanted to work for nonprofits because she wanted to help the world, but after working at 2 large ones, she's very cynical about large nonprofits. Yeah, and somewhere you can go and look, like the Red Cross, it's like 91% of all donations to the Red Cross go to salaries. So if you donate $100 to the Red Cross, 9 of it actually goes to victims or people that need it. 9 out of your $100. Yeah, so you're really not getting anything out of your money. You're better off just finding someone. You're better off like, oh, there's a hurricane in Florida. Find someone in Florida and PayPal them $100. You're doing that. That'd be so much better. But anyways, someone should fill the pool with Orbeez. Someone should. Like, that's like the only way to stop it is to shut down the pool, really. But then they're gonna have 1,000 fish that they're probably just gonna give away anyways. They'll probably just put them in bags and say, hey, we can't put them in the pool. Just take them. And what happens if they put 1,000 fish in the pool and only like 100 of them get caught? What are they going to do with the other 900? I don't know. I work for a nonprofit hospital system, but I'm confused about the logistics. I feel like a nonprofit hospital or I mean, a nonprofit business is a little bit different than a nonprofit like charity. Like, somebody donates to charity, you think your money's getting to, you think your money is going to good use, not to the CEO of Red Cross makes $400 million per year. It's the same thing with like, I don't want to rant, but yeah. It's basically just a way to get around paying taxes. Like, you create a nonprofit, right? Then you put your wife in charge. You make your wife the CEO of this nonprofit. You donate $1 billion to your nonprofit, and you give your wife a salary of $950 million a year. Bill Gates. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. And now you look like you donated $1 million, and so you're some great philanthropist, but you're really just giving your wife $950 million tax-free. Not tax-free, but you know what I mean. The pool is indoors. The pool is indoors, or my idea was to launch something toxic out of a t-shirt gun into the pool to throw a wrench in the whole thing. I don't think you can get there in 2 days, Joseph. Like, Joseph's going full-on Rambo on these people. Holy smokes. I can see you got the paint. You got the scar paint on. You got the bandana. LOL, that's awesome. Did not know that. I mean, his wife is like the CEO of the Bill and Gates Foundation. So, I mean, it's just a way to not pay taxes, really. Anyways. Of course, that's all just what I make up in my own head. Like, you start your own nonprofit, you put your wife in charge of it, and then you donate all your money to your own nonprofit. It seems kind of fishy. Get it? Fishy? Anyways, hey, I used to be a member of PETA. Used to be, I see. Used to be. Let that read 400,000, not million. What? I think I'm missing chat. No, never mind. It's not kids' fault, and Beatles' lives matter too. I'm all about those isopods, baby. I still need some isopods. Um, I'm just really bad at returning messages, especially YouTube comments. But I've gotten a couple comments like, "Hey, I've got some, some of these colonies, some of those colonies," and I'm like, "Hey, that'd be sweet. I could use those." And then I'm just like, 3 weeks later, "Oh yeah, I forgot that person wanted to give me some isopods." Chris says, I like this midday live stream. Yeah. So the whole deal was to try to find a completely different time. So I've always done 5 p.m. Pacific, and then you get the people that are like, oh, I'm sleeping. Oh, it's 6 p.m. over where you're at, but it's like 4 a.m. in Antarctica, and I want to watch your stream from my tropical oasis, and I can't do it. I got to rewatch it. I want to catch it live. So I figured we'll do like a morning stream and an evening stream. And granted, a lot of people are probably at work right now, but let's be real. Who's actually working on a Friday? You might be at work, but are you actually working? Let's be honest here. Sorry, I only have a few scuds. I wish I could keep scuds alive. I need isopods and springtails. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't send her any. Don't send her any. I have my mental clock going on when your terrarium is going to be ready for springtails and isopods, and I will send them out. A few single crayfish fell off the grill into the pool with inflatable flamingo. With inflatable flamingo? What? What? Big D Smoke says, I'm retired. That's pretty sweet. We can't even position people outside with goldfish care packets and the info on how to treat chlorine poisoning to give people leaving or arriving. Or why can't we? Do you know anyone that would do that in the area? Barbara Jackson says, this is a great time for me. Yeah, I kind of feel bad about moving the Monday live stream to 6 p.m., especially for the East Coasters, but there's really no other option. But if Big Rich from Ohio Fish Rescue went to this event, it would really kind of look bad if he plays the correct angle on it. 3-day weekend for me, or I wouldn't make it to the stream. The Fishy Mailman, I have a 3-day weekend every week. I love 410s. Nisi says, working. The boss scheduled orders to be heavy on Fridays. Yeah, Fridays, I don't know why, but Friday's the day that, obviously, it's the weekend, trying to get stocked up for the weekend. But it feels like everything always gets delivered on a Friday. That's why we started the stream late. We got my 70-inch plasma TVs delivered to the members-only area right up the stairs there. They're already up there having a good time. We killed all the fish, yes, but this is essentially doing it intentionally. I've never killed 1,000 fish at once or spread that much ignorance at once. Now, I have never killed 1,000 fish at once, but I have probably spread that much ignorance at once. Probably a lot more than that. You will be competing with Monday Night Football now. It's been this way for 3 years. Monday Night Football starts at 5:30 where I'm at, right? 5:30. Yeah, so it's kind of always been that way. But honestly, football sucks. Yeah, you could go watch football, and by football, I mean commercials, or you could just come and hang out with a bunch of fish nerds and have a good time and only watch one commercial at the start of the stream. And even that's only like 20% of the people get served a commercial. Robert says, I dig the new time and the new backdrop. Yeah, we got to make some changes. We're still remodeling here. But yeah, I think I'm going to put a pond right over here somewhere and maybe put some totes down here. They left some type of weird silk screen on the window over there. So yeah, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. So we'll get that taken off. And of course, we got the sunrise coming up. All right. I just called the lady and she acted like she did not know. I just called and she acted like she did not know what I was talking about. That's a new one. The Fishy Mailman says, Bob, I'm car shopping. What should I get? A Tacoma or a new Ranger? Well, so here's the thing. Tacomas have like no features at all. A lot of the foreign trucks are that way. So when I was looking at trucks, it's like the Chevys, the Rams, and the Fords all had like crazy amounts of features. And then I went and looked at the Tacoma, and I'm like, I gotta roll this window down manually, like a base model doesn't even have power. What is this? You barely even have windows in this truck. Um, I don't know. I feel like the Tacomas are really overpriced, but at the same point, the new Rangers are insanely expensive, but they're pretty sweet. That being said, I will never ever buy a first year car again. That is a new car in the first year of its production. Um, I would. My thing is, I would rather wait for them to fix all the issues the first year, correct all the issues on the second year, and it would have saved. So I bought a first year run car, and this is why. I have a 2010 Hyundai Genesis, and the thing has been a total turd. It's a 2010. It is 9 years old, and I put 55,000 miles on it. That's it. So I drive this thing like 7,000 miles a year. That is it. And you know what I've had to do to this car already? I've had to have the motor rebuilt once already. And earlier this year, I had to have the transmission rebuilt. So buying a first run or a first year of production of a car, highly wouldn't recommend it. And of course, none of it's covered under warranty because they say it's a 10-year warranty, but it was really only a 5-year warranty because I bought it used. Yeah, I bought it used. So while all your new trucks and everything, they're gonna have warranties. I don't. The Ford only has like a 3-year warranty if I remember it correctly, which is kind of crap. But I don't know. I've always been like a Ford, definitely a Ford over a Tacoma, but I don't know. I'm biased. Like I grew up with Ford, so I don't know. I would say drive them both. The other issue with the Japanese trucks is they're too small. They're too small for me. There's not enough legroom. There's not enough headroom, which sounds weird, but you would think a truck would have all kinds of room. But like if I get into the Nissan pickup with the seat all the way back, like the knees are still in my chest. So it's pretty ridiculous. Early adopters always pay the price. The fishy mailman says I'm only 5'5". Well, that's probably an advantage for you then. So what else we got here? You can skip the commercial at the beginning if you Chromecast it from your phone TV. Although the fish tank is suspicious, it looks like a flat screen television. Well, that's because I gutted out a flat screen. I gutted out a plasma TV and just used the trim, and then we countersunk that baby into the wall. So yeah, I wanted it to look like a TV, but it is an in-wall aquarium, and I'd say it looks pretty good. I tried to watch Bob and TV on Monday night. Happy it's Friday. I can plan my day around live streams. It's kind of off topic, but we're far from off topic at this point. I got a golden tench shipped. I got my golden tench shipped in last Monday, and they are doing great. I can honestly say I have no idea what that is. I have an Access Cab Tacoma with the backseat all the way. I can barely push the clutch all the way, and I'm 6'2". I don't know. Maybe I need to go check out the new ones then. Big D Smoke says I'm 6'2", 280. Probably why I drive Cadillacs. That's what I want. So I don't want a Cadillac, but my next car is gonna be like a late 80s Ford LTD or a Chevy Caprice. I'm telling you, man, those things, when you drive those things, it's basically the Ford LTD, the car from Men in Black. It feels like you're driving on a mattress. They just float down the street. They're so, and like the car seats are like couch cushions. It's crazy. It really seems like you're just floating on a mattress driving down the road. So yeah, it's a cold water pond fish kept in koi ponds. Okay. Golden tench. Get my keyboard here. Golden tench. Oh, look at that. Let's pull up this here. It kind of looks like a goldfish, to be honest. Ooh, I love my Odyssey. I'm going to keep it till I can't fix it anymore. I do want to replace the radio, though. Yeah, I don't even drive my Genesis. I've got a 2000 Jeep Cherokee Sport. So not the Grand Cherokee, just a regular Cherokee. It's got like 170,000 miles. It's not even four-wheel drive. It's 4x2. So a lot of those miles, it was just towed behind a trailer. So there was a couple that just towed it behind their trailer when they traveled around the country. So that's where a majority of the miles came from. But it was $1,500, and I drive that thing everywhere. Let's see. It's broken once. What was wrong with it? I don't remember what was wrong with it, but it was something stupid. And it hasn't had coolant in it in over 2 years. It leaks fluid. It leaks coolant somewhere. And yeah, it's been like 2 years. It doesn't overheat. Nothing ever bad, knock on wood, has come from it from not having coolant in it. So I don't know. The thing just drives everywhere. And so yeah, I'm probably going to be selling my car. That's actually what I'm doing after the stream. I'm going to go and, well, I'm not going to go anywhere, but I have to get the title for it. I don't even know where to go. Do I have to call the bank that I financed it from to get the title? Do I have to call like the state? I don't know, but I never got a title. It's paid off, but I don't know where the title is. 4x2 doesn't really work here. We actually have snow. Yeah, when I bought it, I was looking for a 4x4, but this thing is like, the interior is like immaculate. It's immaculate. And I was like, it was $1,500. I was like, it's just a really good deal. And it's the inline V6, so it's the one, it's going to go like 1,000,000 miles for sure. It's the good motor. This is the only bad thing is not 4x4, but it doesn't really snow here anymore, so. 200,000 miles on my 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokees are so cheap too, like the 4x4s. I remember cars in the 60s. A lot of my friends drove them in school in the 70s. Good cars back then. Yeah, so I'm getting my title. I'm going to sell it. Someone by me is selling I'm trying to remember the year. I think a 67 Ford Galaxy in like primo condition. Like the paint, the body, there's no rust. The interior is perfect. And yeah, so I'm hoping I can sell my car and then buy the 67 Ford Galaxy because it's pretty nice and it's really cheap. Call the bank and tell them Nisi said, give you the title or I'll send my barn cat after their shoes. I hate all things winter. The winter time is my favorite. Nisi said, give me the title or else. You know, it's kind of funny. So I grew up on Fords my whole life. When I was born, my dad had a 78 Ranger, and he's bought Rangers every like 5 to 6 years. New Ranger my whole life. Now he has a new F-150, but he still has his Ranger. My mom had a Ford Mustang, a Ford Escort, a Ford Probe, and then bought a Honda because she was commuting a lot for work, right? With my stepmom. Nothing but problems with the Honda. Doesn't even drive it anymore. The thing was in the shop from day one. And it's like Honda, they're supposed to be this like really reliable car. They drive Ford all their lives with really no issues. They buy one Honda and it's like the biggest piece of junk ever. I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. You need a Ford Taurus. I would take out like a Ford Taurus SHO, SHO. They're pretty rare. Emails are piling up. I must work, listening, lurking. Everyone have a great day. Much love. Yes, we're only going for 8 minutes. I'm kind of using the sun up there as a timer. See, it's getting pretty high up in the sky there, so it's getting pretty late in the day. Must be close to noon. Couple hours to go. You need a Ford Taurus. Good luck, Candy. I can only imagine mailman. I work inside of the cold, so cold. Wait. I can only imagine mailman. I work inside in the cold. So cold then, cold again, just irritates me. That's weird. Another Honda. I never had any issues with one of... Yeah, they just got the rare lemon. You know, not all of them are going to be perfect. I just think it's funny that they go from Fords like their whole life with no issues. No real issues. And then like the first Honda. The Escort ZX2 were the ish back in the day. My very first car was a 1982 Ford Escort GT. GT. And I would give anything to have that car back. Because, man, did I put that car through hell and back. I beat the living crap out of that car. And in doing so, I learned how to fix basically everything on that car. And you can't find them anymore. They're impossible. Otherwise, I would definitely buy one because I can fix anything on that car. Same with the my next car was a Volkswagen Corrado, and I could fix anything on that car too because, well, it's a Volkswagen Corrado. Everything on it broke all the time. That's what they did. I'm gonna start teaching this year. What fish should I put in my classroom tank? 10 or 20 long? If you got the room, Josh, do a 20 long. I am also putting a fish tank in a classroom maybe next week, I believe, maybe the week after. I'm gonna go head down to Petco, and they have 40-gallon complete kits, stand, top, lights, everything on clearance for like 50% off. And so yeah, it's actually really nice. It's a really nice frameless tank. It's 40 gallons, like I said, and we're gonna put that in a classroom hopefully next weekend. Is this the Ohio Fish Rescue? No, I guess I could just put that back on. This is what we're talking about right here. Yoink. There you go. There you go. The goldfish swim. And we'll put it right there. There. Might as well just keep that on, then people won't think that. Turbofish, I used to run an ice arena. Wasn't my favorite back then. Oh, is this a dig? No, absolutely not. Would never dig Ohio Fish Rescue. They do amazing work over there. I'm being a big baby, but I really don't like the cold. Yeah, apparently. PetSmart has aquarium meds. Buy one, get one half off right now. That's pretty cool. It is a brown probe. I wish I still had my probe too, to be honest. Basically, every car my parents bought, I bought from them. No, I'm just kidding. I bought my Ford Escort for $500 from my parents. I bought my Volkswagen Corrado for $4,500. I bought the probe for a few $100. Let's see. So I had an Escort, I had a Ford Probe. Escort. Oh man, I don't know if I can remember every car. Let's see. Ford Escort, Volkswagen Corrado, Ford Probe, an 88 Bronco 2, a Kawasaki Ninja. I had an 88 GMC 1500 extended cab. What else? I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse, a 97 Mitsubishi Eclipse. What else? What else have I owned? Obviously, my Jeep Cherokee, my Hyundai, my Honda motorcycle that I own now. I don't know. That's all I can remember right now. There might be a few more that I'm forgetting. Player 2 has entered the game. Duke Nukem. I saw you earlier. I forgot to say hi. Welcome to the stream now that it's over. Save a Goldfish. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. JH Aquatics says I had a white dwarf probe. All right. Whether or not the Ohio Health Department does anything about it will be a question. It is a civic event, JH Aquatics. When it comes to anything, the government one hand washes the other. Mustang. And I never owned a Mustang. Important question. What were all the cars' names? I don't think I've ever named a car. Big D Smoke says I had a 76 Cutlass. Someone has one for sale on Craigslist, and I lowballed the crap out of them. They never responded to me, but I was like, I'm going to buy it if they accept this offer. 79 Pontiac Grand Prix. I want a 79. Never mind. I forgot. 79 Pontiac Grand Prix, 89 Camaro, 88 IROC Z, different caddies, a 75 GMC truck. Yeah, I'm all about those older cars. If I get that Ford Galaxy, it's gonna be pretty sweet. 3 on the tree. Barbara, Jimmy here. Jimmy, it's a brown probe. Swisky Jimmy. Mine was a 64 Buick Special with 3 on the column and no power steering. My arms were in good shape. Yep. My daughter calls Troop the Frankenstein hand-me-down Karen because it drives like a Karen. What? I want a 76, 79 Cutlass. Yeah, basically, I really want an older car. All my cars were named this POS because my stories about them start with that. This POS right here. That's funny. I don't think I've named. Yeah. I don't think I've named any of them. I'm not really big on naming stuff. Like, I don't even really name my animals unless... Like, obviously I name my dogs because I have to call them something, but when I was a kid, one of our dogs' name was DOG. DOG. That was our dog's name. DOG. DOG. I mean, that's how good I am at naming stuff. If you're wondering where I get my skills from naming things, it's from my parents. You can thank them. DOG. Yeah. Chris, did you cut the roof off of all your cars? I had a 72 Buick Skylark 350. It was a beast. Called it the Lone Shark. I did. So, I did see the Mystery Machine. We have a Mystery Machine for sale here locally. It's I think it's a Ford Astro van, but it has the Mystery Machine paint job. And we also have an Ecto 1 here locally for sale. That's just the car though. It's not painted up like the Ghostbusters car, but it is the same exact car, an Ecto 1. So the Mystery Machine is $4,000. The Ecto 1 is $5,000. And then there's a Griswold family truckster for like $1,500. But it's not in very good shape. But any of those would be really fun to drive around. All Doug's cars are called Betsy because they are dependable. Come on, Betsy, you can make it. I'm the guy who likes El Caminos. I had a 77 in high school. What about Rancheros? Do you like Rancheros? Oh, not the D-O double G. Yep. The D-O single G. D-O-G. There's a reason that you guys name all my fish and I don't. This fish's name is F-I-S-H. F-I-S-H. That's his name. My sister had a 72, 73 Skylark. Oh, wow, apparently a lot of us fish people like Buicks. It was green. We called it the Pickle. That makes sense. Just your red Taurus. Rancheros are like soft tacos. Oh man, you want to know the fastest car that I've ever been in was 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit was the fastest car I've ever been in, by far, which is crazy. But the thing weighs like 2 pounds. So actually, when I was driving it and I punched it, like I broke the seat, like all the seat bolts snapped. So that was fun. But you could take like a 90 degree like city block turn at like 60 miles an hour on 3 wheels. I couldn't, but the dude that owned it would do it, and it would scare me every single time. One's a Ford, one's a Chevy. Deal with it. My puffer's name is Puffy. I know, very original. Yeah, my hairy puffer's name was Harry. Harry the hairy puffer. So I'm right there with you. How many puffers do you think are named Puff or Puffy? We had a Pinto. Yep. I remember sitting in the Pinto as a kid. 3 kids in the back. 1 seatbelt strapped all the way across all 3 of us. Yeah, I remember those days. Luckily, I didn't get blown up. If my car's ready at Aquashella, I got something for you. A precision turbo-built motor. I will not be at Aquashella if you're talking to me. Setting up a dirty tank today. Any tips? Oh, man. What is it? Perlite? Is it perlite? Don't get dirt with the white stuff in it. I think it's perlite. Because it floats. So if you get dirt with perlite in it and you cap it, It won't float. You'll be fine. Like put your dirt, cap it with sand. But if you ever want to pull plants out and all the roots pull out all that perlite, it's so annoying and a pain to get rid of it all. Once that stuff comes up and starts floating everywhere. Fastest car I've been in was a 74 supercharged Javelin. It did low tens. You know do you see the new Ford GT 500 can go from 0 to 100 to 0 in 10 seconds. So it can go 100 miles an hour and then to a complete stop in 10 seconds. That's insane. My Dayton would hug the turns 150 miles per hour as fast as I've gone. The fastest I've gone is I got pulled over for doing 145 and a 35 in my Volkswagen Corrado. That's about the fastest I've gone. My Dayton would hug the turns. I emailed the mayor. We'll see if I get a response. I'd be really surprised. I don't know. I don't think there's any hope. Well, don't give up hope, but I don't think there's going to be any way to stop this thing before Sunday. But I don't know. Maybe just keep calling, keep emailing, keep doing things. I don't know. Barbara Jackson, yeah, perlite, hate that stuff. Yeah, I will never, ever, ever do a dirt a tank with perlite. Okay, this whole thing has kept me up most of the night. I will stream about it tonight, but then I can't think about it anymore because it gets me so heated. JH Aquatics, man. If you follow this guy on social media, you know he's been everywhere on this thing. He's pretty much like championing this whole movement. But get some sleep, buddy. Get some sleep. You still have a license? I got pulled over for doing 145 miles an hour in a 35, and not only did I not get my license taken away, I didn't even get a ticket. And I didn't have my license on me. I didn't have proof of insurance, registration on me at all. No ticket, no nothing. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. So that's the most extreme. I got pulled over for doing 75 and a 25, and I didn't get a ticket then either. So okay, I'll tell you the whole story. So I was at my friend's house. Okay, I'll tell you the story, and then that'll be it. That'll be it. This is how we'll end the stream. So basically, how old was I? I think I was like 19 or 20. I've been at my friend's house. We were playing like some stupid game, probably GoldenEye, like all night long. But before that, all right. So, so I worked in like custom car audio my whole life. So I had like the whole dash taken apart because we were building an in-dash screen. So like the glove box that has like the registration, proof of insurance, that was all sitting at home in my garage. But anyway, so I'm leaving my friend's house. It's like 4 a.m. Super tired, just trying to get home. Nobody on the road. So I'm just like, I wonder how fast I can go. And so I got up to 145 and I passed a cop that was sitting on the side of the road. And I honestly, I was like, I saw the lights come on, but to time he even pulled out, I was like a mile down the road, probably like 2 miles down the road. I don't even know. But I could just see him like way back in my rearview mirror. And I was like, should I go or should I stop? But I was so tired. I was like, all right. So I pulled over and it took him like 3 hours to get to me. I don't even know how far ahead of him I was. But so he's like, do you know how fast you were going? And I was like, well, if you don't remember, I'm not going to remind you. Like, no, I didn't say that. But I was like, no. He's like, well, I clocked you at 145. He's like, I need you to get out of the vehicle. I'm like, ugh. So I get out of the vehicle. And he's like, do you have your license? And I reach for my wallet. And nope, I left it at my friend's house. I was like, nope. He's like, do you have your license and registration? I'm like, well, they're in my glove box. And he's like, all right. So then he goes into my car. I'm already handcuffed at this point, by the way, too. And he's like he just looks at my dash and see it's all tore apart. So at this point, he thinks the car is stolen because, like, I mean, the whole dash is tore apart. It's not even in the car. Wires everywhere, thinking I probably hot wired it or something. And he's like, looks at me and he's like, all right. So then, he reads me my rights or whatever. And he sits me in the back of the car and he's like, I'm going to tow your car. So he asks me my name. I tell him my name. And then he asked for my address, and I'm like, I tell him my address, and he's like, "You live down that gravel road?" And I'm like, "Yeah, at the very end of the gravel road." And he's like, "Oh, I just moved in right next door to you." And I was like, "Hey, I am your new best friend." And he just like got out and he let me out, took the handcuffs off, and like it basically just said, "Go home." And he followed me all the way home, and because he was going home too, I guess, I don't know. But yep. And then every day after I'd go down that gravel road, he was right on the right. I'd be like, "Hey, want me to mow your lawn?" or something. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. I'm super duper lucky. Um, I don't know if he like was. I don't know. I don't know if he wanted to take the guy to jail that lives right next door to him, and maybe worry about like, I don't know, retaliation, which obviously I would never do that. Um, or if he was just like being a nice neighbor, I don't know. But it was insane, and I was like, never again am I speeding. And I was like, oh, I'm so lucky, and blah 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 blah. And then like 3 weeks later, I got pulled over for doing 75 and a 25, and yeah, so I got out of that one too though. But I don't really speed anymore now. People make fun of me that I drive like a grandma, but what are you gonna do? Obey the speed limit, folks. Obey the speed limit. Steenfott luck. I'll take some of that. Probably the end of his shift and didn't want to deal with the paperwork. Yeah, that's not even like, of all my encounters with the police, that's only the second luckiest I've ever been. So I've done way worse, and I got away with it scot free. And I don't know. I don't really want to tell that story, but yeah, drive the speed limit, and that's where we'll end the stream at. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We made it an hour. The sun is almost up all the way. It's almost noon. Yeah, it's getting up there pretty high. So we're gonna end the stream. This was pretty successful for our first Friday live stream. So thank you, everyone. Don't forget to call this number right here. Oh, oh, that's not it. I don't know what I just moved. Ohio. There we go. This one. There you go. 513-346-3910. And I'm not even prepared to thank everyone who super chatted, but oh man, sorry, I didn't have that up on my screen because I'm a loser. No, I'm not. But anyways, so thank you. Don't forget, we're gonna be doing this every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, and of course, still on Monday. We are going to end the stream now. Have a good weekend, folks.